Hey y'all, Matt Massa Beers here, back with a little bit of Florida jams up in this piece, courtesy of my boy Carson. Yeah, a little Southern Swells collab hopeful goodness in the form of their Sobering Thought Double IPA. Yeah, this is in conjunction with Tactical Brewing Company. Don't know who they are. That made a weird noise when I moved it. This is a 8% alcohol by volume, double India Pale Ale. I'll tell you what's in it because the notes don't lie. This is it's an 8% double IPA with Nelson Sauvignon Enigma, Hallertau Blanc, and Sauvignon Blanc Grape Must. Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot there was grape must in there. I love grape must beers. One of my favorite is the Gewürztraminer Dialed In from Trillium. Originally, the first one I had was the best double IPA I ever had in my life. The last one I had was one of the worst ones. So, goes to show you how fragile beerdom is. But, yeah. Let me some Southern Swells. Carson sent me off a ridiculous box of Southern Swells. Now we're going to dive into this one. We're going to talk about it. We're going to drink it. It's not rocket science, y'all. Label-wise, it's cool. It's kind of harkening back to a lot of what Southern Swells used to do, label-wise. Don't mind that. But I like their new label designs a little bit more. I'm assuming it's relatively fresh. Carson's sending it off. It's like a scene. It's like just a portrait landscape, I should say. So, not too bad. Now, Tactical Brewing. No idea about them. This beer. That'd be Hazie. Big old rich, dense hazy. Yeah. Rich orange core. Could probably come off a little bit darker on camera than it actually comes off in real life, but it has that kind of grapefruit juiciness to it. You know, pinky finger, super tight compact head, just south of khaki in color. Yeah. Nose? There's this, like, slightly minty graininess thing here that if it comes off the way it comes off, I want it to come off in the taste. My nipples might get hard a little bit, so you get a little extra on the Biggie shirt. Yeah, it's subtle. It's not overly crazy. It's running the gamut of everything. God damn my ISO. Why does it do that? Like, if I lean back, it gets like super late. I gotta fix my camera. I think this is the fourth review in a row that I've said that. Anyway, it has this kind of like this mixture of tropical fruit, stone fruit, and citrus that's not heavy-handed. So the citrus predominantly pineapple, stone fruit predominantly just a sweetened kind of peachiness, and then that tropical fruit, it's definitely kind of in that kind of star kiwi kind of brighter kind of tropical fruit, but nothing here is heavy-handed. Nothing here is like over the top like super fruit. It's more of like bubblegum juicy fruitiness with this soft little, the best way I could put it is like this mintiness, this eucalyptiness, this green grassiness that has this little mint portion of the show going on, and it really is getting very, 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 very close to what I love when these beers hit a specific way. So what I'm going to do is just going to dive right in because I just want it to be that beer and I want to find out real quick. Cheers. That's good. That's good. That's good. It's a little bit sweeter than I'd like it to be. But it's not that sweet. It's just a little bit sweeter. But the way that kind of that sweet fruitiness, again, think of a slightly sweetened, like a sprinkle, a little sugar on that gamut of fruitiness, a little bit of sugar on pineapple, a little bit of sugar on that kind of that nice peachiness, that little bit of tropical fruit, all wrapped in this slight punchy vinousness. It's almost like this is gonna sound weird, almost like you somehow dried like a grape must into a powder, like powdered it, and then dry hopped it with that. I know, like, and you're like, dude, what the hell are you talking about? I'm sure that sweetness that I'm getting here is that great mustiness, adding a sweetness to it, but I don't connect it with that. I kind of just connect it as an under attenuated kind of double IPA. But you do get that Venice portion of the show, but it comes off and marries well with the kind of green portion of the show here, that green, grassy, minty thing. So that's where it comes off like super cool, because when I talk about that green, grass, minty thing, a lot of times it doesn't have a big bittering pop to it. It doesn't come off as like really all that aggressive as a bittering component. The green grassiness is usually just its own kind of thing. It's kind of merging. So that the great mustiness, that great vinousness is merging with the hop greenness with that little bit of mintiness to become like one kind of really bonkers, crazy hybrid dry hop. That's how it's coming off for me. And I dig it a lot. Like I dig it a lot. The mouthfeel's good. It's not thin, but it's not like sultry or big and thick and rich. Like I said, that sweetness is just a skosh sweeter than I like, but it's double IPA, so why am I getting like all up in arms over it? I don't know why. This is really good stuff. If we were to sit here and kind of pull back and talk about this beer in a different way, it's one of the most unique double IPAs I've had as of late. Not by leaps and bounds. It's not like reinventing the wheel when it comes to flavors in an IPA, even though the way that grape must is working with the hops, it's kind of a cool combo. That's the key, the word combo. The combination of what's coming out of this is very unique. I don't think I've had a double IPA that's been giving me this, and this before, all in one package. So, I've had that great mustiness, I've had that mintiness, I've had that green grassiness, I've had that bittering, I've had that fruit juiciness, I've had blah, blah, blah. They've all been parts of beers. Some way more often than not, and some few and far between. But to get them all constructed in a singular package, I've never had before. And that is super cool. I dig this quite a bit. I mean, again, nitpick in here, drop the sweetness a little bit, beef up that mouthfeel. I think you're like Mount Rushmore all-timer on double IPAs, like for real. Burps. Even with that being said, this is really good. It's really, really good and worthy of being one of the better double IPAs I've had as late. Mount Rushmore status, yes. Let's put it that way. This is a really cool beer. Thank you very much, Carson. Good on you, Tactical and Southern Swells. Yeah, it's a very cool combination. And I think a lot of people would like this beer. I know you talk about, like, I think if you go to like a beer purist who's not a big Hazie fan, I think they find redeemable qualities in here, more than just redeemable qualities. You give it to a Haysboro hop that, I think they're gaga head over heels on this. You give it to just good beer drinkers. I think there's a lot to be had there in this beer. I think there's a lot of levels, a lot of depth to this beer. When you think about that wording and it being a double IPA, it's a cool combo. Yeah, I dig this. I think it's really, really fun. And I'm glad I got to try it. What else? I mean, we could recap it. Just that running the gamut of fruits, tropical fruit leading away, and just being a little bit sweeter. That dollop of little refined sugar on top of it. That cool combo of that grape must melding with that hop green, with that kind of green grassy, with that little minty eucalyptusy thing kind of going on, is really, really, really cool. And a nice mouthfeel. I mean, it's just a really, really fun beer. Really tasty and really fun. A really cool combination. Yeah. There you go, man. Price point, the whole nine. No idea. Carson, let me know what's what. I need to know. And let me know if you've had this. I'm really curious about everybody else's experience with Southern Swells. As Carson kind of laid out on the note that I brought out earlier, but more specifically in the unboxing I did. This is about 5 years of my experience growing with Southern Swells from their inception. He's been sending me stuff since they've opened, and to see them kind of grow and become into a brewery like this is quite cool. And I'm curious to see what everybody else is words are hard. Everybody else thinks. What are your general thoughts of Southern Swells? More specifically, if you've had this beer or have had some of their hazies and all that stuff, where do you think they land as far as you when it comes to the hazy game? Especially if you're one of those people that loves trying everything. If you've had, your tree houses of the world, your trilliums of the world, your monkish of the world, I think this is up there with some of those guys. So, let me know what you think if you've had this beer, if you had some Southern Swells, and in general, what you think, because that's what I really want to know. Let's have that conversation. So there you go. We're done. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the review. Hope to see you next time. Cheers, y'all.